Interview with Ranie Thorley for Retell Fitness. You take one marking. Thanks, Ranie.
Mm-hmm.
I always like to, oh, sorry. Do you want me to take your gum?
No.
Gum?
I swallowed it.
Oh, you swallowed it! Okay, that's okay.
It's part of my weight loss program.
Just to help.
My name is Ranie Thorley. I was born in Idaho, but I have lived in Utah for 35 years. My childhood was very typical for a 80s kid. Bike riding, skateboarding, going into the woods, camping, being outside just all the time. Loved Cabbage Patches and animals and loved school. I always just was pretending out in the fields by our house and that I was a scientist, actually. I was never aware of any sort of physical fitness or health, except my mom always exercised. But I grew up in a house where, you ate as much as you could. I had 3 older brothers, so it was always like who's getting the last of the food. And we were all very large eaters, and we were all pretty chubby my whole life. I was taller than a lot of my friends, and I was always bigger than the people around me. So I just assumed I was like a big boned type of person. Being bigger than all my friends, I always just had to accept that I could never share their clothes. Or if I had clothes I was giving away, I was always giving it away to my friends because they were gonna grow into it. And so I just grew up just being like, well, I'm gonna be big. Just, that's who I am, that's the way I am. I didn't realize that I was normal and that I just overate. My first attempts at trying to lose weight because I felt like I was too big started in 10th grade. It was an all-around negative factor in my life. I struggled with liking myself and going out for the day. I never felt good. I felt like it as good as I was gonna get, but I never actually had confidence and felt good in that way mentally. Emotionally, I felt larger than everyone, so I felt like I had to point it out. As a comedian girl, making jokes about it, I'm so fat, oh my gosh. So that other people wouldn't point it out, I would point it out. It was just a cycle that I would go through and everyone would think, oh my gosh, you're so funny. But I was really just saying that stuff from a place of sadness because I felt like I stood out for being big. I felt like the elephant in the room. And then when I would get home, I would cry about being overweight. I've had more than a handful of traumatic events in my life that really did affect the way I ate, the way I viewed myself. So as I approached weight loss, it wasn't just a physical thing. It was having to think through, well, what if I'm alone and I'm small? Almost like a security measure, making sure that I was big enough to not feel attractive, but then at the same time feeling so bad about not feeling attractive. And so that was another reason I really didn't think I could ever lose a significant amount of weight because staying big was also a security in my life to be safe from people. Being overweight, obese, most of my adult life, I didn't like feeling out of control. And I would use food to feel in control, but it was kind of a double-edged sword where you feel in control, but you're out of control because you're intaking so much that it's constantly affecting your weight. I got married when I was 19, and I was the heaviest I had been so far. We had 5 kids in 10 years, and so my weight was constantly fluctuating. Being big affected my marriage because I was insecure all the time about my size or, if I was looked sexy, which I never thought I ever did. It also affected me with my kids because I would try to be active with them, but I was so heavy that it was tough because I'd be out of breath or my back would hurt or my hips would hurt just because I was carrying around a lot of weight. I couldn't be as active and fun as I wanted to be. And I did Weight Watchers a couple of times just to kind of get myself down those few pounds. I also tried just working out and eating healthy. I would always get down a little, but I always quit and just went back up. I was looking at all the options of how to lose weight and different programs I could do, and I was at this edge, it felt like, and I was either going to do something to change or I was going to resign to the fact that I was going to be obese for the rest of my life and that I just needed to accept it and to quit feeling like I needed to lose weight and just be okay with myself. And then that's when I found Code Red. Christy Code Red is what we call her, but she's just started a low carb program that emphasizes healthy habits like sleeping, water intake, and low carb eating lifestyle. I felt like I could manage those things. So I was going to try to do that with my friend, just to lose 10 pounds. At my heaviest, I was 210, and then I got down to 140 pounds from June 2019 to the end of February 2020. So that's about 7 months. I lost 70 pounds, and I've kept it off.
Wow, congratulations. That's
you.
awesome. How does that feel?
Amazing. Amazing. I never thought I would ever achieve that, first of all. And I've never been this small in my entire life, ever. I was bigger than I am now in 10th grade, so I just didn't even think I could get this small. What really worked for me after everything I've tried year after year was saying no to a few things in my eating regimen and then getting my body down low enough so that when I exercised, I no longer had the aches and pains, and then it can be an enjoyable experience to get that overall health. For me, it was taking steps that I already basically knew I could do, which gave me the motivation and encouragement to now take another step. Okay, now take another step. These small goals that I was reaching was really propelling me for the bigger goals that I had. And for some that I didn't even know I had, like losing 70 pounds. I literally was like 20 pounds would be great. And once I got there, I just kept going because my goals got bigger and I was reaching them, and it was so empowering. When I used to wake up obese, I was already exhausted. Now when I wake up, no matter how tired I am, I feel much more prepared to start the day. When I used to try to get dressed in the mornings, it was going through multiple outfits, trying to think of what I would feel most comfortable in for the day. Now I can literally pick anything out of my closet and I feel beautiful and confident, and not for others, just for myself. I used to not like to go to big gatherings or groups of people I didn't know. I was very insecure, and now I'm much more bold and willing to do things that I would clam up before. Now I feel so much better to be myself. About 5 months into losing weight, I suddenly realized I didn't cry anymore. And I had mentioned it to one of my sons. I asked him if he noticed that I wasn't crying almost every day anymore. Like, I was so frustrated and overwhelmed all the time. And he was like, "That's true, Mom. You haven't cried in so long." And that was like shocking. So mentally, it's cleared up my mind. Like, all the clouds are gone. And spiritually, as I was losing weight, the addiction and almost godlikeness of the food I was eating before started to disappear. Like, I could look up and be like, oh my gosh, my prayer life isn't just like, oh, help me get through another day of exhaustion. It was looking around more. I could see that people were hurting the way that I used to hurt or acting the way that I used to. And so praying for those people that they would be able to kind of find the completely surrounding wholesome healing that I found. And now that I'm here, it's not even over. I eat Code Red sometimes and I eat pizza other times. And it's really a balance that I've had to find. I watch the scale as a tool to let me know how I ate, but also losing all this weight and feeling so great, I made more goals. I went to college, exercising. It has made goal making and accomplishing a fun thrill in my life because I'm doing things I never thought were possible, just one thing at a time to really bring in an overall health in my life. I really want to say, if I saw someone struggling or if someone wanted to know how they could accomplish something like that, I was messed up. I was totally addicted to food. I had mental problems. I was obese. I had health problems. And I really didn't believe that I could change. And just taking the steps, the small steps at the beginning, once you take a small step, achieving that goal, it encourages you to keep moving in that direction. And so because it was so doable for me, I would encourage someone to just start with the small steps of change. Don't be complacent. You are worth changing for.